Hey folks, this is Matt once again with another viewer request review, and this is for the 1983 film DC Cab that Shimozen, good guy on here, he requested this. I think he recently looked at this film, really enjoyed it, and I enjoy this film a lot too, DC Cab. I've enjoyed this film ever since I was a kid. Now, DC Cab, very early movie by Joel Schumacher. I mean, you look at this film, you probably would not think it'd be Joel Schumacher. You know, the guy who did Phone Booth and Lost Boys and Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Really? But yeah, this was a film, this is one of his first films. This is before St. Elmo's Fire. It was before The Lost Boys. And it was DC Cab. I think right after this, he did St. Elmo's Fire. And the story is fairly simple. I mean, you have this guy played by Adam Baldwin, who is kind of weird seeing Adam Baldwin like this, because in this, he's such an innocent guy, always smiling. And then a few years later, he would be in Full Metal Jacket as like the total opposite. Just a crazy motherfucking Marine in Full Metal Jacket. So it shows you Adam Baldwin's a pretty good actor. But he's come to DC to visit his friend, a friend of his father's, Harold. A really good actor, especially in this film. A guy named Max Gail, who I guess he's done a lot of TV stuff like Barney Miller, and he's still working today. And then basically Adam Baldwin trying to get into the cab business, meeting all these, weird but funny characters. Great cast. I mean, look at this cast. I thought Max Gail, Adam Baldwin did a great job. You got Mr. T, you got Paul Rodriguez, you got Gary Busey, Bill Maher, the Barbarian Brothers, Marsha Warfield from the TV show Night Court. Really good guy, comedian, Charlie Barnett, who unfortunately is no longer with us. He died in 1996 from, I believe, AIDS, which is too bad. But, yeah, it was really sad. Yeah, I want to make sure. Yeah, it was 1996 from AIDS, which is too bad. I guess he did, I don't know, that's too bad. But into the film is a very funny comedy. It's a very entertaining film. And in the opening, you think it's like a horror film, like what's going on? You actually have Charlie Barnett's character being chased by these people in like these weird type of mask. And he's like, wait a minute, I'm dropping my hair roller. Just let me find it. Oh, gotcha. And they're running. And I actually start playing the Mission Impossible music. Da, 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 da. They start humming and singing it. I love the song. These around the clock, but then stop. And you introduce the characters like Marsha Warfield's character, actress from Night Court. She always gets robbed by this guy in a ski mask. Mr. T, like he has this hooker in the back. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing in there? And she's like, I need the bread. He's like, you need a bread? Get a job at the bakery. Paul Rodriguez is trying to pick up this girl. He's in this big suit, pays the money, and then because he's actually the cab driver, where to, baby? Nowhere with you. Tough to be a man, baby. And then Adam Baldwin comes in and he finds his friend Harold, friend of his father's. And they have a good back and forth, Matt Steele and Adam Baldwin. Fun back and forth. And Gary Busey, he's hilarious, and there's a lot of great one-liners. Like he says, you know the only thing wrong with oral sex? The view! Like, he does his bit of a laugh. That made me laugh. And like, Adam Baldwin stays at his friend Matt Steele's place. And Matt Steele actually has a flamethrower. So in case you want to, you're a little bit cold at the fireplace. And basically, again, Adam Baldwin wants to be a cab driver, so he starts going with other people, riding with them, like rides with Paul Rodriguez. I'm a gigolo once in a while. You know, gigolo, Richard Hutton, Lauren Deere, You know, American Gigolo. And then you get reminded, this is an R-rated film, which is read up. It says that they kind of mismarketed this film because Mr. T, which really, that's the thing, in 1983, the 18 wasn't out. So why would they market Mr. T to kids? So I don't know if that info was just bullshit. Because again, this came out in 83, you know, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like, you know, Mr. T, like, the 18 was like, not till much later. So I don't know why he says, oh, you know, what, from Rocky 3? When did Rocky 3 probably came out in 82, right? Try to see when the 18 was. Yeah, well, I guess the 18 started in 83. So I don't know, I guess maybe the 18 was popular like this right then, and then it's like, oh, you know, kids like Mr. T. Maybe, I don't know. So I guess 18 did start in 83. And you can tell, of course, who's the Mr. T right there on the front. He's not the main star, but he does good, Mr. T. I like Mr. T. And like when Adam Baldwin's riding with him, he's always dealing with this pimp, this drug dealing guy who has this nice car, and people always surround the car. And Mr. T's like, you know, one day I'm gonna get a nice car, and they'll surround my vehicle and get the kids away from them. And he's like riding with Gary Busey and yeah, this woman, and then it's like titties. Oh, it's R-rated, yeah. And she's going to her job, you know, topless, the waitress. She stiffs him on the fare, and Gary Busey's like, go get it. Al Bowen tries, but he gets thrown, and Gary Busey runs in, steals her panties, her thong, rips them off, and runs. And so the woman's screaming all naked, ah, he's got my money! Ah, some bitch, he got my money. It made me laugh. But I don't know, I enjoy this film a lot for the cast. And I thought some of the dialogue was very funny. It goes at a good pace. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, but it doesn't feel long to me. Just a fun pace with fun characters and entertaining dialogue. And fun little moments like when Gail is testing Alan Baldwin, which are the zones, and there's this zone. And he has a microphone right by him, and he's like, wrong. Smacks him right in the head. There's a scene where some of the guys, they see like the waiting outside like a male strip joint because they know the women will give up some fares and they'll get some of the women. And then they start dancing on their car. And Gary Busey's right by Adam Baldwin's like, yeah, yeah. It just slaps Adam Baldwin. You wonder like if Adam Baldwin even knew that was coming. Like, what the fuck? But it was really funny. And I always forget that Bill Maher, of course, from Politically Incorrect, would go on stuff. He's in the film, not too much, but, you know, I don't mind the guy. He's playing music, it's like, oh, you know, I face the big fear. I ultimately, big fear is not death. It's the fact that you got all your hopes and dreams and you're becoming a cab driver, you know. And the film doesn't really have I guess, much of a plot going through, which some people would probably complain about. Because it's just like random stuff kind of happening, like, okay, this guy, I guess, was in one of the cabs, he left his violin that's worth $500,000. I love how everybody just goes crazy, starts tearing apart their cabs, and Adam Baldwin's like, I'm all right with you, Tyrone. This is Charlie Barnett's character. And Charlie Barnett, I liked him. He was really funny, gave a lot of good reactions, but he was also solid in the acting department. And it's sad this guy, and yeah, I guess he's a comedian. I'm not sure what else he did, is basically what I'm looking up. I know he's a comedian. Performing several shows of raunchy comedy a day at outdoor parks. I know Dave Chappelle said that Charlie Barnett was one of his influences, which I thought was cool. says he had a recurring role in the TV show Miami Vice for a few years. He didn't do too much. He did something for TV called Charlie Barnett's Terms of Enrollment. He was in a few films like Nobody's Fool, Mondo, New York in 1988. And then from 88 to 96, he did nothing. And then in 1996, he did the film They Bite, and then he passed away in 1996 again from AIDS, which is too bad. He was only 41 years old, so that's pretty sad. Because he was a solid talent. It would have been nice that people used him more in movies, because he did a solid job. And he's like, we're going to do the run. It's like, what do you mean the run? It's like, basically, they get on. Well, before they have a little bit of back and forth where he's going to stiff a guy on a fair, and Adam Baldwin's honest, and he leaves Adam Baldwin there, but then he comes back from. It's like, if you want to be a real cab driver, you got to make the run and basically get on this train track, and they're going to go all night. But then they see a actual train come, and it's like, oh shit, and Adam Baldwin's stuck. And Charlie Barnett's like, if I die, I'm going to kick your ass. And he tries to actually save Adam Baldwin, but the train's actually on the side of the track. And like, Charlie Barnett's like, see, I knew it was all the time. Nah, 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 nah. You know, I mean, a little bit goofy, yeah, but fun, entertaining. I thought they did a good job. And ultimately, they do get the reward. They do find the violin. Adam Baldwin actually gets held up by the same guy who's holding up Marshall Warfield. And he's like, I'm not you see? And Charlie Barnett said, no, now's the time to be one. And he actually stays the shit out of the guy and able to stop the guy who always holds them up. He's able to get the money. And then Matt Gail, his wife, is a bitch and steals the money. And Adam Baldwin had some money from his father and puts it in. And they pull together and they actually start doing well. They start fixing up the place, cars. And Busey always has these lines like, if we don't do this, I got one thing. I don't work on January the 8th. Because that's the king's birthday. Oh. He does it better than I could ever do it. And then with all the tips that they get and stuff, Mr. T finally gets his nice cab with all gold. Gary Busey has this big stereo that blows out all the fucking windows. Charlie Barnett's character had left, and he's like trying to sell all this Uncle Sam stuff. But then he sees like the singer Irene Cara. She did some of the songs for the film. At least one song from the film I remember. And it's like a girl that the Tyrone character always had a crush on. It's, oh my god, holy shit. Steals Gary Busey's cab, the driver. And then you sort of lead to the third act where you actually get a little bit of plot going where Adam Baldwin's driving and these guys like kidnap these kids and kidnap Adam Baldwin as well. And basically the team tries to help out find Adam Baldwin's character. And it's like, he finally gets a message out of Adam Baldwin. I'm at a farmhouse, there's a windmill, and there's Bruce Lee. And I'm like, what the hell do you mean, Bruce Lee? And oh, of course, I gotta remember this one thing where Matt Steele's trying to help out. And he comes finally to confront his wife. And he finds that this asshole short guy who's been fucking with him in his company the whole time is actually sleeping with his wife. He's like, where's my flamethrower? She's like, why? Where's my flamethrower? And then, oh, let me help you out, buddy. Pushes him right through the door and says, you know what your problem is? You're so short, your brain's just too close to your asshole. I know I fucked up. So you're so short. The problem with you is your brain's just too close to your asshole. Throws him out the fucking place, right into the pool. And then basically I figured out what they meant, what Adam Baldwin meant before he had to leave. He got a message out. And Gary Busey is like, no, Bruce Lee's not dead. He's just frozen, and then we'll melt him off as soon as the economy gets better. And then like Mr. T does this speech that's cheesy, but I think it's meant to be cheesy. And like Mr. T goes with the Barbarian Brothers and they see this sign, L-E-I-G-H, so it's Bruce Lee. And then one of the Barbarian goes, but this is Bruce Lee. I told you for the same school. And they smash through the house, but it's in the wrong house. And Mr. T's like, sorry man, wrong house. And they smash back out. And They finally find out that what Adam Baldwin meant by Bruce Lee. Charlie Barnett finds the drive-in showing it's not a Bruce Lee movie, but it's a kung fu movie. And once again, another line where a girl sort of, Gary Busey steals someone's popcorn. She snaps like, "What's the problem? Why are women so uptight? They got half the money and all the pussy." This crazy shit. And they get to the farmhouse, and they have to sort of pretend to be cops. And Charlie Brennan says, "Come on, you scumbag!" And Mascale's like, "Cops don't talk like that. They do to me." Which, really enough, today, cops probably would talk like that, say scumbag and shit. And they get the kids out, but they don't get Adam Baldwin. The kidnappers have Adam Baldwin, and all of them chase, beating the shit out of the van with baseball bats and throwing shit. Charlie Burnett said he remembered the thing Adam Baldwin said because Adam Baldwin's hanging out and they grab him by the legs. And Charlie Burnett remembered the thing Adam Baldwin said about Adam Baldwin's boots, that they were his father's, but he always has to stuff them because they don't fit. He's like, "Well, you wearing your father's shoes?" And he's able to swerve and loosen up and get Adam Baldwin to safety. And then all congratulate themselves. They all have this parade at the end. Decent cab, decent cab. And I think that's a song by Irene Cara. I don't know the words of the song. But I enjoy this film a lot, and it is shit on a lot. It has no features. The film came out, didn't do well. It gets a 4.8 on IMDb, and that's sad. I'm sorry, it does not deserve a 4.8. It's very fun, it's very entertaining, it's very funny. What really helps it out is that you get a very enjoyable cast. I mean, you got Gary Busey being crazy and funny, Charlie Barnett, who I think is an underrated guy. It's too bad people didn't give him more work. It's really sad, and sad that he's no longer with us. Gail as sort of the older guy, Harold. I really liked him. He had good back and forth with Albert Baldwin. Albert Baldwin did a good job as the lead. Has an innocent quality to him. You have little funny bit players like Paul Rodriguez, the Barbarian Brothers. Uh, just a lot of fun. Very entertaining film. Fun dialogue, good pace. It's kind of hard reviewing comedies because at the end of the day, a comedy works. Was it funny or not? You do the review in 5 minutes. The movie was funny. Go see it. The movie didn't make me laugh. Don't go see it. But I think it's a very funny, entertaining film. I think it's underrated comedy. I don't think it deserves to get shit on. I don't know what I don't know why people shit on this film. It does not deserve a 4.8. It deserves a lot higher than that. DC Cab. But you get a bare bones DVD, nothing on it. You would think at least with Joel Schumacher and all these famous people in it, they would give maybe something to the DVD, but no, not at all. And basically I'm just trying to see why people actually bitch about this movie. And I'm just going to click on this randomly, see what someone says. And you get some good user reviews, fun 80s comedy. This ensemble comedy, and I think they did a good job with it. A must see. I'm seeing a lot of good reviews, but I don't know why. I understand why it has such low ratings. Oh, this guy says, "I was privileged to screen this movie with theater owners and critics a couple of months before it was actually released in '83. The original ending with Irene Cara had been omitted. In the film's original ending, we get to see our heroes at the White House in the evening. Irene Cara, who had taken a ride Tyrone's cab early in the film, mentions in that scene that she will be seen at the White House and arranges for Tyrone and his friends to observe the concert from outside. Irene Cara could be seen superimposed out the window of the White House. I think she was wearing a red dress. Just remember she looked fantastic. It sounds a little corny, but the cab gang was all there, and you had the feeling everyone living happily ever after." Well, we see in the release cut, after Rescue the Children, the scene jumps to a large parade down Pennsylvania Avenue. So there was an alternate ending. A White House ending. Wow, I didn't even know that. I just clicked on this and, huh. You learn something new every day. By the way, no one should ever admit to enjoying this flick, as it is awash in stupidity and dripping in dumbness. It is painfully, dreadfully, wretchedly awful, and I've seen it about 47 times. In short, a tasty hunk of cheese. DC can't make up its mind whether or not it wants to be a family film or Animal House on Wheels. I guess they complain about how I guess this film was noted, like marketed as a family film. And it's not. It's R-rated. So, Universal fucked up in the marketing. They should just, I don't know what they were doing, but I enjoy the film a lot. I give it 2 thumbs up, whatever you want to give it. I have no problems with the film. I enjoy the film wholeheartedly. I think it's a very underrated comedy. I think it sucks that it doesn't get more appreciated, but I appreciate it. I love DC Cab. It's a fun fucking movie. Great cast. So either way, thanks for watching. Take care. And if you're out there, you gotta make the run. If you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. So take care. Later.